Hey y'all, Adrienne here, founder of Sheroes and Shenanigans and Optimized Joy. Wanted to talk today about the hermit stage in life. The hermit stage, a lot of people get stuck here. Sometimes it can take over because we get very trapped into the pattern of not really wanting to step out of our shell again. You know, where we sit there and we can, it's kind of like, I don't know, a lot of people would maybe consider it where you're like ghosting others, you're ignoring others, you're just kind of stepping down in life, you're coming home and usually, I don't know, turning on the TV or maybe reading a book, which isn't necessarily bad. A lot of times it's just that heavy feeling that happens when we come home and it's just this exhaustion and there's really no life left in us at the end of the day. And so we kind of go into ourselves and you know, just kind of wonder when am I ever going to really feel alive again, right? It kind of takes you into this self-depth where you're really wondering and kind of trying to explore self. You're maybe exploring things that you haven't explored, reading books that you normally haven't explored. And there's this feeling there of just kind of, you know, practicing enjoying that. At the beginning, it's a little bit awkward. And then after a while, you know, we start to enjoy that. It's almost like an enjoyment of self, getting used to enjoy self. I kind of divided up the word hermit, and it basically was her, which was actually royal, as in royal ships, the old day royal ships where they'd call ships she's or hers or things. And then mit would be to send. So it's kind of like you're sending her, meaning your feminine side, kind of into the depths to really explore yourself. And so I'm just thinking, you know, if you're going to go hermit, do it right. Do it right. Like, don't get stuck in this cycle of, you know, where am I going, all of that kind of stuff. That's true. You need to be in that cycle. You need to feel that cycle. You need to see that cycle. And at the same time, there are answers there. So make sure that you're really looking for the answers within it all. And so I kind of, you know, wanted to come up with some tips and everything on making sure you do it right. So think about right as in R-I-T-E. First thing I would say is rise in the morning. Rise. Do your ritual. You know, add something, you know, spiritual that has depth to it to your ritual. And then raise your energy, raise your frequency, raise your vibrations, so that you're kind of more prepared for the day and so that you're out there enjoying not only yourself, but also, you know, the world and the people that you're around. I inspire, imagine, illuminate things for yourself and for others. Get out there and find a way to either inspire yourself or inspire others. The T would be teach, take a step in life and touch, like really get in touch with yourself, with others and everything else. And then the E would be to explore, entertain, and just experience. Make sure that you're really experiencing everything, because this phase is more of a phase where there's like a self-discovery in there. Usually it's just that life has gone so wild with us or has taken so much of a toll that it's kind of like this retreating feeling, right? And this feeling of just kind of going in and calming down and trying to figure out what we want next. And that does come from the hermit phase in life, but you do have to go through it. And at the same time, you don't want to create habits in that phase that actually keep you there longer than you want to be. Because it's not always, it's not even, you know, sometimes it's an alone feeling, but it's not always an alone feeling. Sometimes it's that feeling of actually really getting used to yourself and really getting into yourself. But it's not necessarily somewhere that you want to stay, because at some point, it actually brings about what you really want to do going forward. So if you find yourself that, you're stuck here, or if you know that you're there and you've been stuck there for a while, but you're kind of like, okay, I've really, been able to kind of get in touch. I've been able to really listen, and now there's more that I want to do, and yet I don't know what that is. I don't know that I'm really listening enough to really what that is. Then at that point, it would be to reach out, to book a call with me, book a call with someone else, kind of get in there and be with yourself and say, okay, from this point on, the rituals that I have or the practices that I have are not working for me. And it's now time to overcome that and take a step forward into something new. And to really just kind of have faith in yourself that maybe that's the next thing for you, because that's the deal, is that going into that hermit phase is going to leave you quiet and alone, and it's time to kind of branch out after that. It's that time where it's to reconnect with people on a way that you design, that you create, that's meant for you. So I just wanted to stop in and talk about that hermit phase, because it's not unusual. Everybody at some point in their life, especially on a spiritual journey, does go through it. And I don't want you feeling alone in it. I also don't want you creating habits that are going to leave you stuck there, because there is a space to move on to. And it's not something that has to drag on forever. So, all right, I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.